There is more on the ballot than voting for the president. Several key congressional races could determine the balance of power on Capitol Hill. Real Clear Politics polling shows several close contests, especially in Montana, Arizona, and in Nevada. Democrat Jon Tester is in danger of losing his Senate seat in Montana. And Nevada Democrat Jacky Rosen is defending against a Republican challenger, while retiring Senator Kyrsten Sinema's seat is up for grabs in Arizona. All right, now let's bring in Dr. Burgat, director of the Legislative Affairs Program at the Graduate School of Political Management at George Washington University. Great to see you again. All right, so much for us to talk about, but I want to start in Montana. Democrat Jon Tester is defending his seat against Republican challenger Tim Sheehy. The latest Real Clear Politics average has Sheehy with a 7-point lead. What do you make of this, and what do you think is drawing voters to this GOP newcomer? What are the big issues in Montana?
I think the biggest thing is, how did Jon Tester hold on this long in Montana, right? This is an incredibly conservative state. It votes at overwhelming majorities for any Republican nominee, Trump, Romney, you name him. And yet Jon Tester somehow has been able to withstand that conservative voting pressure and still represent the state as a Democratic senator. And so we're all looking at, one, can he hang on again? And if not, by how close is that election? Because that can give us a lot of insight about how strong the Republican ticket is nationwide, and just how different Montana is to the rest of the conservative base.
All right, now I'm going to turn now to Arizona. Senator Kyrsten Sinema's seat is up for grabs, as we mentioned. She is retiring at the end of this term and vying for her seat. Republican Kari Lake and Democrat Ruben Gallego. Let's talk about that race and where things stand right now.
Right now, I think most pollsters have this as a lean Democratic, where you have Ruben Gallego, a current House member, running on the Democratic ticket against Kari Lake, who lost in a last election running for governor. And Kari Lake is in the image of Trump. This is the new Republican Party that your lead mentioned. And so we're testing and looking at, does that message extend beyond Trump himself to one of his disciples in Kari Lake? And she lost that governor's race in an earlier election. And now she's running against a pretty conservative Democrat, but a Democrat nonetheless, in a swing state. So a lot going on there. And we'll get a lot of insight from what voters are caring about in Arizona, which can portend for the rest of the country, especially in these all important swing states.
All right, moving along to neighboring Nevada, where Democrat incumbent Senator Jacky Rosen is running against Republican Sam Brown. Quickly, tell us about these two candidates who actually faced off in a debate last night. How do you see this race shaking out?
This one's a lot of people are watching, not only because Jacky Rosen's defending her seat in another swing state, but more than that, folks are looking at the Latino vote in Nevada, an increasing population within that state. And there's been some stories and even some polling saying that Trump is pulling that Latino vote away from Democrats and to Republicans. We need to see how much in that election night, which is why a lot of folks are paying attention, not only because it's one Senate seat.
All right, before I let you go, I want to turn now to the House. I know you're following races in Virginia, North Carolina, also in New York. Why are these ones to watch?
For different reasons. And that's the tough thing about the House, is that you look at specific ones to kind of tell you more big picture outside of those district types of trends. And so with Virginia, the Spanberger race, that's just outside the suburbs of Washington, D.C. And that was one that went Trump back into Democrats' hands, and then it's gone back and forth. So it's kind of that swing districts of swing districts, and it's one that represents the suburban moms. And this is what is going to be a huge, important population in all races, especially the presidency. Can Trump win back those suburban moms? Or if it goes into Democratic hands, then Kamala Harris is looking to have a really good night on election night.
All right, we'll leave right there. Dr. Burgat, great to be with you. Thanks so much for weighing in.
Thank you.